Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to show you 5 easy tips and tricks that you can use to better your drone footage. So let's get into it. I'd just like to start off by saying a massive thank you to my partner for this video, Camzilla in Sydney. If you've ever need anything drone related, like purchasing a drone, upgrading a drone, or even servicing your broken drone, please don't hesitate to give them a call. Their friendly staff will always help you out no matter what. Link in the bio, go hit them up. So I've been flying drones now for a couple of years. And at the very start, I was probably the same as you, eager to get out of the box and just start flying. But as about a year and a half ago, I started flying drones more commercially, therefore getting contracted out for businesses and for companies to create aerial footage for their advertising campaigns. Here's 5 easy tips and tricks that I've learnt along the way that can hopefully better your footage as it's done mine. Alright, first things first, let's jump straight into those settings. So for video and for photo, we want to flick it over to manual mode. This will allow us to have control over the ISO, the aperture, and the shutter, allowing for no change to happen during the shoot. Next up, we want to hit the video sizing. So for me, I like to use 4K at 30 frames per second. This allows me to have enough room in post to slow it down and create a nice smooth cinematic look to my footage. Video formatting, I like to use MOV. White balance, I adjust it accordingly depending on the day. Style, I like to use my sharpness at +1, my contrast at 0, and my saturation at -1. The reason I have my saturation at -1 is because you want to be able to have a lot of room in post to adjust your colors accordingly and not to oversaturate colors that are already coming through. So now let's flick over to the photo settings. In the photo settings, you want to have it in manual mode. This allows you to have control over the photo and have a consistent look. For image sizing, I like to use 16:9. It's perfect for landscape photography and allows for a nice wide angle shot. Image format, you always want to use RAW. White balance, you can set to auto white balance as you can adjust this accordingly in post. Style, again, I like to use my style of a +1 for sharpness, 0 for contrast, and a -1 for saturation to give me enough room in post to create the photo I'm after. Okay, next up we have gimbal settings. Adjusting these can help you create buttery smooth footage, and I'm going to show you how. First, you want to go to the top right hand corner of your screen, click the 3 dots. Then you want to go to the icon in the left hand column, just above the 3 dots, gimbal settings. Then you want to get into advanced settings. And once you're in advanced settings, it'll come up with a screen saying configuration 1, configuration 2, and configuration 3. Underneath that, you'll have your gimbal pitch speed, your gimbal pitch smoothness. You can adjust these according to what you need. So for me, I use configuration 1 as my exploring and planning my shots configuration. Configuration 2, I like to have a slower speed and a slower smoothness. This allows me to have nice smooth footage while I'm shooting. And configuration 3, I have it as my adjustable configuration. Therefore I can change anything. So for configuration 1, I like to have my pitch speed at 51, my pitch smoothness at 20, as this allows me to explore and create the right shot for the right location. So for configuration 2, while I'm shooting, I like to have my pitch speed at 35 and my pitch smoothness at 13. This allows for a nice smooth look to all my footage and give it a cinematic feel. For configuration 3, as I said before, I like to have it adjustable, so for anything I need on the day, I can adjust it accordingly. So now I'll have a chat about camera movements. Camera movements can make or break your footage. So in saying this, you want to keep it simple right from the word go, by flying forward, back, up, down. And once you get a hang of these and start getting really good at it, then you can start incorporating counter movements. Counter movements are where you move in 2 opposite directions, therefore having the drone going one way, but having the camera pan back towards the subject, keeping it in focus at all times. When you're shooting, you want to minimize the fast, jolty movements, as this will create a jerky look to your film, and it will eliminate the smooth, cinematic look that you're aiming for. So finally, don't always fly high. Flying high can create some amazing new perspectives on already seen objects. However, flying low can do the same thing. It creates a new outlook that the viewer has never seen before, and therefore giving a unique look to all your footage. Okay, now that you get a hang of your camera movements, it's time to move on to the composition or planning of your shot. Placing the drone behind an object and then later revealing it from behind that object gives an amazing new look to an establishing shot from a new perspective. Planning to have objects in the foreground and the background and the drone move past them gives the viewer a nice indicator of how fast the drone's traveling and creates a nice sense of motion blur on the sides of the frame. So you've just finished a full day of shooting and you've just got home ready to edit these bangers. My final tip is what to edit on. I like to use when editing photos, Photoshop and Lightroom, and when videos, Premiere Pro and After Effects. These allow for a high quality outcome and can be used on any sort of platform, whether it be my social media or even client work. So that's it for this video. If you found it helpful in any way whatsoever, please drop it a like. If there's anything else you might like to know about drone videos or drone anything, please drop it in the comments. I'm more than happy to have a chat with you about it. It'd also be amazing if you could smash that subscribe button, as I'm looking to produce more content on a regular basis. So until next time guys, thanks very much for tuning in and I'll see you soon. Bye.